Hi guys, this is Elena and today I have to show you a junk journal page in my new junk journal. This is not the first page in this journal. I have made 2 pages in December and this is one of them. But since that time of year has passed, I thought I would start with a new one. So I thought that I could make a pocket in this first page of the journal. And I was trying to decide among 3 different patterns of pocket designs. These designs are from an Etsy shop called Ephemeral's Garden. I will leave a link below. And I really love them all, but I decided the one with the bird and the bee, as it has a really inspiring quote in the front which says, "Reach for your dreams." So here it is. I fuzzy cutted the pocket and these small pockets that can go in front of it and decorate it more. So now I'm folding the big pocket and these small ones, which I don't know if I will use them, so I'm really trying them, but they are hiding my coat there. So I'm trying to think a different way to use these small pockets. But I didn't really like that. So now I'm thinking about using half of it. And so I cut the 2 parts. So now I will glue the pocket, the big pocket. And I use my finger to smooth the glue a bit so that it doesn't spread all around. And now I'm inking the edges of the pocket. I initially used the distressing on the right, but it seemed too light for my taste and for this pocket. So now I use the smaller distressing. I don't remember the name, but I will leave a link below for this. And I make sure to ink the edges on the back side too. When I ink the edges of a pocket or a journal card or an envelope, I feel that it has a border around it, and it makes it look better. I don't like the white edges that the cards leave. And now I'm inking the smaller pocket that will decorate the front, actually the back of the pocket, the green side. And now I will glue that smaller pocket down. I'm trying to see if my pocket opens. So let's glue this down. And now I really like that I used at least half of this small pockets part. It gives a more decorated look on the large pocket. So now I'm bringing a corner pants, which also has a notch pants, and I'm trying to see if I like it for the pocket. So now I will measure the middle of the pocket in order to make my knots. But I won't be able to pants the way that I hold the pants now. I have to press it down, so okay. And I will ink the part of the knots. To make it look like the rest of the border. So now I bring my junk journal and I'm deciding where I will glue the pocket. And I will use a washi tape to glue the pocket down. It is a golden washi tape with white dots, which I bought from a local store, but I believe it is a common design too, and you will be able to find one if you like it. I will also use my glue stick for the washi tape because the glue of the washi tape is not good enough to hold it down the pocket. So now I'm pressing it down. And of course I will use the same washi tape on the other side of the pocket, also with my glue stick. So now I'm bringing out some journaling cards from the same design as the pocket in order to decorate the smaller one, the smaller pocket. I'm trying to decide how I will use it, but before that I will ink those two. I will ink the edges of those two. And I'm using the same ink as I used previously for the big pocket. I really like that these journaling cards have matching colors with my big pocket, and they will look great with that. So now I'm leaving these journaling cards aside for a bit, and I'm bringing the prompts from Maud. Maud gifted these prompts to Barbara, and I will leave the links for both these ladies down below. I really love this prompt, so I thought I could use them too. I have printed several versions of them, but I decided to use the one that the prompts are both on the front and the back side, and now I will ink the prompt page because it is too white, and I'm using the same distress ink as before. In order to use water-based ink, you need to print your prompts in a laser printer, because I think that if you use an inkjet, that will probably smudge your letters. As you see, I don't only use my brush, but I also press my paper on the splashes of the color, and I will dry my front page in order to ink the back page too. I need more ink, and I will make some splashes with water, and now I will press the paper on the splashes. I love that it makes the paper look as it has texture and depth. And now I'm spreading a bit of water because I saw that the ink was very concentrated on some spots. And I really like how this looks now. Also, when you watercolor your paper and then dry it out, it makes it crinkle a bit, which is something I really like hearing. And now I'm bringing out my Indian ink. This is gold Indian ink, which I have diluted with water. And I'm making splashes on my page. This gold Indian ink really looks great on the page, especially when it is hit with light. And now I'm drawing out the page in order to make splashes on the back side. Now I will draw out this other side. And now I'm folding the page in half in order to see if I can cut it at this height. But I found out that the way I printed the prompts, it's not that easy to cut in half. So now I'm cutting the easy part in the middle of the page. And I decided to cut also in the middle of the head, although in this way some prompts on the back side will be cut in the middle, but it is okay, I don't really mind. You could solve this problem if you use just one side of the page. I mean, if you print the prompts on the one side of the page. But I will go with that. I don't really mind. So now I'm cutting both the two parts of the prompts. And my prompt pages are ready. I will fold them in half in order to make my booklet. And of course, in this way, my prompts won't be in numeric order, but they will be mixed, but I don't mind. I don't intend to follow them in numeric order. So now for the covers, I decided to use this craft folder. I wanted to use some craft paper for the covers, but I didn't have any other craft paper. So I will use this folder, and I'm measuring the size of the covers, and I will cut it down. In the way I'm cutting down the covers, the paper will be double because I'm using the fold, the one side of the envelope which is folded, and this will make my covers sturdier. Now I'm checking how my booklet looks with the pages inside, and I'm bringing again the corner punch and punch all the corners. I like it better this way. It looks more finished. And now I will ink the edges of the covers with my ink. And of course, I will link the inside of the covers too. So now my covers are all inked up. So I'm bringing out some papers now because I decided to make a collage on the front cover of my booklet. You also saw a page of label stickers. And I have a collection of papers from an old Happy Mail. But I will try to find the paper pad and have a link below. So now here is the label stickers. And so I'm now testing some paper pieces for my collage. I'm not very familiar with this kind of collage. So now I'm testing the label sticker. And I decided to put it there, so I'm inking the edges with my ink. So I'm not very familiar with this kind of collaging, so I'm not sure whether I should collage on the whole page of the front cover or just half of it, like I did here. So I will test the bits and pieces of these papers, which I really like, by the way. The paper pad from which these papers come is quite old, so I hope there is available still. Now I'm testing the small pocket that you saw earlier, and since it has matching colors with my big pocket, I decided to use that too. So I'm cutting out a part of it, and I will try to match it with some other pieces. So now I found a piece of paper that is not very busy, because the other two are quite busy. And now that I have decided which paper pieces I will use, I'm tearing the straight edges away. I think that they look better with no straight edges for the collage. So now I'm testing for a last time. No, I still have some straight edges to get rid of. So now I'm ready to glue these pieces down, and I will use my glue stick for that. You see, I'm still testing the positioning. So now I'm trying to decide if I like my cover or if I can add something else. I'm not totally satisfied with it, but I will leave it for now. So now I'm bringing out a stamp set, an alphabet stamp set, and my two most used stamps, the ones that you see on the left side, is the one with the small script, which I'm using now. I use it in order to give some more interest on the page, and yeah, I also use it on the back cover. And this one is a stamp with small dots, which I'm also using for some details on the page, and I decided to use them both the stamps in the inside covers. And now I will bring out my letter stamps, and I want to stamp the word prompts on my label sticker. The word prompts has the letter P twice, so I have to use the same letter both in the beginning of the word and in the middle. So I'm moving the letter from the beginning in the middle where I need to use it again, and I will stamp it in this way, though I should move it again on the front of the word. I'm testing how this looks. And now I will ink up my stamp letters again and use it for my label sticker. And now I have moved the P on the other side of my acrylic block and stamp that on the front of the word. So I'm drying out the ink. And now I will use my stamp again on the label this time. And again I will use my Indian ink to make some gold splashes. I have to say that my gold splashes are my favorite thing to do in all crafts, and I will use it in the inside of the covers, of course. Now I'm taking the pages again, and now here you see how my covers are doubled. So I'm placing the pages inside. I need to bind this booklet. Okay, and I will bring an old book. I use this book both for the pages and for binding my books. So I will measure for my booklet the spots where I need to make holes for the binding. I'm measuring about 2 centimeters from each side, and then in the middle of the space between them. Now I will use these huge paper clips to hold my pages in the correct spot, and this is where I keep my needles and my poking tool. And now I will make the holes in the marks that I made before. I also need to bring a thread, and I needed to use my waxed thread, which came with this binding tool that you see on the front. So now I will use the pamphlet stitch for my binding. I use the pamphlet stitching a bit different. I decided to go through my middle hole, then from the hole on the top, and then I'm not going on the hole on the bottom, but again through the middle hole. And then I will use the bottom hole, and then I will make a knot. So now my booklet is ready. I will make another knot there and cut out the edges of my string. And now my booklet is ready, binded. So now I'm bringing out my archival ink and the stamp set because the cover is still not satisfying me, and I'm using the small flower there, and stamp it on the front. Now I like it a little better with this small flower. And now I will leave the booklet for a bit and go back to my journaling cards. I have a third journaling card which I'm inking again. And back to my booklet. I'm bringing out a stamp set which I really love because I need to decorate my booklet pages. As you can see, there are some empty spots on the pages, and I will use all the stamps from this stamp set to decorate the pages and the inside of the covers. This is a small butterfly, and I think I will use the bird cage for the right page. I'm using the same distressing for my inking because I don't want these stamps to be very dominant on the pages. And I have a stamp with a butterfly and some word there, and a crown. And a word again. And I will even use this big stamp, but I will ink the half of it. And now I will use the sewing doll. And the small key. And a word again. Now I'm checking if all my pages are stamped and okay. But it seems that I needed to add some more stamping. and I will stamp the butterfly again. I want each page to have a stamp at some point, and I will even stamp the inside covers because they are quite empty. And now I'm back to my journal, and since my booklet is ready, I will put that inside the pocket. And I found that the page on the right looked a bit empty, so I'm trying to see if these journaling cards fit well up there, and I decided to glue them down there. So now when the pocket is on the right side, the page doesn't look empty on the top, and I brought some a stamp set with months, and I'm stamping January on the journaling card, and I will also stamp the date, which is 29th. And I will dry out the ink because the journaling card is printed on a smooth paper. And now I have this third journaling card, so I decided to journal on it, and I'm journaling about the prompts and how it is my first time that I will try to follow prompts for my journaling. And I also write down that I really liked my first page, and I hope that I will be able to continue like that. And now that my journaling card is ready, I will dry out the ink, and I will put the journaling card into the small pocket. And now my page is ready. I really love the booklet and the pocket, and I hope I will be able to follow these prompts. So that was my page for today. I really hope that you liked it, and if you did, please subscribe and leave me a comment down below. Thank you. Bye bye.